What is up, guys? Immortal Troops here, and back at you guys with another video. This time it is not Clash of Clans, not Clash Royale, and not Castle Clash. Sorry, I almost forgot the name there. Alright, so this is actually a new game developed by Supercell right here. It's called Brawl Stars, and it is a multiplayer game, so we're just gonna check it out for you guys here. Because so far, from what I know, it's only released to the Canadian servers, but we do have the game right here, guys, so I can show that to you guys. And I have been trying around, testing it, and you know, playing around with it, and I do have 12 out of 15 brawlers unlocked. We are just missing 3 Mortis, which I really want to get, Spike and Crow, and those are really powerful brawlers as well. So right here we also created our own clan, Athens Assault right here. So you guys can feel free to join. It's open to anybody, as you can see here. Required trophies 0. And we do have plenty of people. And for some reason, it says local US. We are, once I find it at the very bottom, we are 201, place number 201. So I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but hey, that's fine for me. So today we're just gonna, you know, show you guys around the game, and I'm just gonna let you guys know what, you know, my favorite characters are. Alright, so what we do have here is Showdown, Smash and Grab, and Heist. And coming up we have Double Experience event, which happens every few days, but once those days happen, I think it's like 2 days in a row, every single 4 days. So yeah, it's pretty interesting there. But we can see here Heist is about to end in around 12 minutes, so we can just start off and play that. And Heist, a lot of people, in a kind of dirty trick, I guess you could say, is a lot of people play Dynamite right here, or Barley, because they can just throw their ranged weapons over the wall and just go straight into the safe, which I'll explain to you guys in a second here. And you know, there are a wide variety of different players that you can choose from, and let's just go with Nita right now, you know, a well-balanced hero. And what Nita does actually is throw out this bear. So when you attack the enemy multiple times, you build up your charge right there. So you see the bottom right hand corner, you see this skull right here. So that is called your super. And once you hit enemies enough, you see that right there, it starts building a yellow bar. And once you hit enemies enough, your super will be charged. And different brawlers have different super abilities. Like Nita right here spawns a bear. That's right, guys, a giant bear right in front of the enemy's faces. Bam, just like that. And sometimes, depending on your positioning of your bear, you can kill enemies, you can lure them, you can do all sorts of different fun things to them. And that's just the strategic part of this game. Just there's so many things you can do with this. I really enjoy, and you know, like how there's so many different features and options you can have, and so many different variations and play styles, especially with the way Supercell made this game, and it's just really fun. Alright, so we can see that Dynamite, our teammate right there, just blew up in the wall a little bit. It allowed us to get a couple hits off. We do pick off that other team's Shelly. Shelly's not really annoying to play against because they are really easy to play with, but they do so much damage. And right here we just have this other team's Bull. He charges super where they charge towards you, and he just charged straight into the safe, getting a couple shots off. But that's alright because I think we defend pretty well right here. And our bear is going ham right there. We can see there, a bear allowed us to get the kill. And this is what I meant earlier by our bear kind of pushing people towards certain areas by, you know, trapping them, and then most of the time you do a lot of the damage. The bear only, however, does 100 damage. So for example right there, if that El Primo stayed where he would have been, my bear would have trapped him in the corner and just, you know, gone to town on that. Alright, so defending the safe is it's a lot harder usually than attacking the safe, because you have a lot more pressure. You have to focus and watch out about, you know, all the different angles and positions and where the enemy can just, you know, sneak up onto you. So that is something that's very challenging about defending the safe. but it also has its, you know, ups and downs too. So it does look like we're about to win. That's kind of unexpected. I thought we were going to lose for sure, guys, there. because 1088 on that safe, very, very dangerous. Star player, nice. And you know what, guys? This music actually reminds me of kind of like the Nyan Cat music a little bit. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's got this like little hop to it every few beats. So far you guys can see I've gotten Poco and Bo, and those are actually one of my favorite characters to use. I love to use Shelly, obviously, because she's very easy to use, and if you are good enough with her, you can deal massive damage. Brock does well depending on your range, and usually he's pretty fun. Ricochet is amazing if you like to annoy people and just shoot at them when they think they are safe, and that a lot of times does get you a lot of kills. Jesse also sometimes does that, although right now I'm not quite sure because Ricochet's bullets actually bounce off walls 100% of the time. Jesse's bullets sometimes bounces off walls, sometimes bounces off people and other stuff. It's just really weird, but sometimes you can get lucky with Jesse there. But my favorite is probably Bo or Poco. Bo and Poco are very much so, especially before the most recent update, support characters. So all Poco does, I mean, his super ability is mainly just a heal. He doesn't do that much damage, but he does enough to fend off for himself. And look at his health, guys. Well, for me it's upgraded, but he only has 880. So that's like a minuscule amount of health, especially compared to Primo and the Bull, both of which can just pretty much jump or charge right onto your character and pretty much demolishing him. So it is kind of challenging to use Poco really well for your team, but if you have a solid team that knows what they're doing along with a decent tank in that team, then Poco works really well and it's really annoying to fight against. Bo here is also one of the heroes or brawlers that I really love. I'll show you right here, but Bo's super actually plants landmines. That's right, guys, landmines. So as soon as, and the enemies can't see them either, well, they can only for like a few seconds right after you plant them, but afterwards the landmines get hidden. And then, you know, they don't even notice it's there, and then once they step over it, boom. Because each landmine for originally does 300 damage, but for me it'll do, I think, 315 or 330, and that really gets the enemy's health low because you have 3 landmines, and once they step onto that, there's no going back. I mean, it just blows up right in their face, and not only that, it freezes them in their position too. Oh, so we do have a Colt right here going to town on that sorry, on that safe, and we do have very bad internet connection here. Whoa, we just saw a lot of lag going on there, and that's not always a very fun thing to have. It does look like we're lagging a little bit too. Yeah. So what's also really helpful in this game is prediction, you know? Predicting where the enemies are going, when they will go, and just everything, just kind of just gotta gauge out when and do, you know, what time you have to do it and what you have to do. So right there, we actually lost. I think it was partially because of our team composition. Our team wasn't very put together very well. You know, we didn't really organize ourselves very well, and that bad internet connection definitely did not help. I was teleporting all over this screen. Alright, so we just lost that one. That is a shame, but that's alright, because although I don't think, okay, let's try Bo again, because I don't think I showed you guys what it looks like when the landmines actually blow up. So I'll show you guys that in Smash and Grab. So this is a different mode here, Smash and Grab, where both teams pretty much fight to the death by collecting these gems right here in the middle right here, and they pretty much allow you to win the game. So the first team that reaches 10 pretty much, or has the most after 10, most gems after 10, starts to have a countdown, 16-second countdown, and once that countdown reaches to 0, then the player with the most gems, wins the game. And that's just a different game mode that Supercell has supplied us with in this game. And it's also really fun, especially with playing with Mortis. I mean, I've seen a lot of my clanmates play with Mortis. It looks so fun. I've had teammates on the other team play with Mortis. It just looks like a heck of a lot of fun, and it just really helps, especially for this game mode. Alright, so we can see that we planted our mines there, and it does look like we have another bow. So you guys saw that action there definitely with 2 bows, one on each side. So they pretty much couldn't get to the mines, and we pretty much put them in like a little bottleneck. And you see that right there. So the mines start beating up, and it like look at that, guys. El Primo, 1,200 health, 1,200 health. And that's just base health. That isn't, you know, you're not taking into account the fact of any upgrades or anything like that. And that's a lot of health. But you know, just those landmines, I mean, if he just stays in all 3 of those landmines, he's done for. That's way well over his health range. But I mean, even then, he steps to 2 of them, gets hit by 2 of them. That's half his health minimum taken down. Not to mention him being frozen on the spot, because you do freeze out on the spot after getting blown up by the landmines. So taking account of that, and taking all the damage, and all your teammates firing on him, oh my goodness, El Primo is going down. Okay. Alright, so I think we did win that one. I wasn't focusing very much to that. Yeah, it looks like we took a win right there. So just a small little explanation here. I do not want to see that many whoops. So you can see my trophies here. So everybody is ranked with trophies in this game, and you can increase your trophies by playing more battles. And each battle you get around 5 to 1 trophies. So that depends on what level you are, which is these character levels. Obviously, the lower you are, the more trophies you get per win, and as you get higher level, the less trophies you get per game, and the more trophies you lose for losing a game. And yeah, I mean, there are plenty of different options. Shelly here, her super is just a fire, you know, a bigger bolt. Colt super is also to fire like a bigger amount of bullets, and it breaks through walls, obviously. Brock's super is kind of like a honing rocket type of thing, where it shoots a bunch of rockets towards one area that you choose. Jessie's super is right here. If you guys see that little robot next to her, that's a super. She throws out a little bot that fights for you, does minuscule damage per second, but over time that really, you know, chips down on your health if you don't actually take care of it. Nita here, like you guys saw earlier, throws a giant bear, and that bear does a lot of damage. That bear does 100 base damage and has 1,000 health, guys. So you have a bear on one side, and you have Nita going on the other side doing 168 damage, and that's actually a lot considering Nita's cooldown. I mean, she has a pretty fast cooldown, even though they did nerf it, but it's still pretty high up there. Dynamite here throws bombs, and his super throws a big barrel. I mean, so it's kind of like a bigger version of a bomb, and it has got a little bit more range. It does 500 damage, so that's a decent amount of damage. El Primo, you guys saw on another team a couple times, where the Primo, he's got an elbow slam actually. So, I mean, that elbow slam can reach like halfway across the map. So it's pretty powerful, and it comes, you know, pretty useful when you need it. The bull you guys saw also a while ago in Heist, where the bull just charges and wrecks everything in his path. He just charges in a straight path. Ricochet, like I said, one of my favorite heroes. Also, just like his super is just pretty much an amped up version of his regular attack. And yeah, more bullets, more damage, etc. Barley's super pretty much kamikazes like everything. I mean, he just throws a crap ton of bottles, and like, I mean, it's just it's just his regular attack on steroids. Poco, like I said earlier, one of my favorite heroes, brawlers. I mean, his super is to heal, and very much a support person. Mortis, I mentioned this earlier, and new event, Bounty. So I'll show you guys Bounty in a second here, and that might be our last game. But Mortis, like I said a little ago, I mentioned him for smash and grab. He's very useful. He can just rush in. His super is to charge vampires and kind of heal his health, so that's kind of like a runaway tactic. But his main attack, guys, his main attack is a sprint across the field. How cool is that? So he sprints across the field, and it's very useful because if he sprints across the field and just grabs one of the gems, he can just go in and come out, you know, nice and quick. Bo, you guys saw he playing down mines. Spike, he's got this, like, he throws this, like, little area of effect type of thing, where if you stay in it, it kind of does similar to Barley's, except it slows you down as well. In Crow, his super is to fly over enemies, and then once he lands, he spreads out all his bullets in like a 360 degree type of thing, and he just poisons the enemy. Alright, so we're gonna check out this last game right here, Bounty. I think it looks like it's a new map actually, so I'll show you guys some of this gameplay right here. I'll be playing with Shelly. Wow, okay. So this map has all bushes, so you cannot tell where the enemy is. So we do know that someone's coming towards this direction, I think, maybe, because I saw some firing, but it looks like they aren't anymore. So I'm just gonna split up with Felpro and see if we can pick off anybody. And oh my god, we just got caught in a firefight. So we do take down that dynamite right there, and our teammate does help us out a little bit, saving our butts. Right, this map is kind of interesting, but I mean, I can see how it's, you know, a disadvantage because you really can't see anything. I mean, you can see people walking in, I guess, but that's pretty much it. You can't see anything else. I mean, it's just a blind fight. Like, imagine driving with a cover on front of you. Like, you can't see the road. Like, that's just, oh my god. Like, once I'm in this bushes, like, they can't tell where you are. I can go all the way to their base right here in this corner, and they don't know. And I might stay here a little bit because I have bad network connection. I don't want to risk anything unless they come in here, and I can just do straight up damage to them. Yeah, this isn't going very well with this connection. Here I can rush now, and because I'm close range, I can do some damage to them and still get away with it. So maybe if we had a little bit better connection, I'm not completely blaming the Wi-Fi there, but I am a lot. But maybe if we did have a little better connection, we would have been able to get a couple kills there, especially without teleporting across the screen every few seconds. Alright, so we do know that Colt's in this quarter here, and we do pick off that kill. 14-4 right now. We are crushing their team. And yeah, I mean, I guess one of the main reasons too is because we also have the ability to hide, and they can't do anything about it because we've blown up all their bases. So I might, you know, get killed right here, and we do, and that kind of sucks, but oh, that's a bummer. We're losing. So we have 13 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully we can turn that around. It does look like they're running for their lives. 4, 3, 2, ah! If I killed them, we would have been able to tie up the game. Match over. We did take a loss right here, but that's okay, guys. I think we just had a couple accidents. Our Mortis died, and that was one of the biggest things. You know, Mortis is very, it's kind of like a double-edged sword to play against on Bounty, or play with or against on Bounty, because since Mortis has to rush in to get the kills, he does get those, you know, nice and quick kills, but he is putting himself at a greater risk by being closer towards the enemy. Yeah, that is pretty much it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I think we will be definitely making more videos in the future, probably including this and some of the old content, and giving you guys updates on what happened within the period of now and the last video we had. That's it, guys. See you guys next time.